Hi, I'm Tanya Nord,
I'm James Nord.
and we are going to answer some questions about his illness, Pyoderma gangrenosum. And the first question is, how has it changed what you have planned in life?
Well, like everyone else, I, probably planning on working until retirement. And this disease has caused me to become totally disabled. It's changed travel plans of, being able to travel and see different parts of the country.
Now, how has this affected your health outside of Pyoderma?
Well, I have diabetes, which we believe is a result of the amounts of steroids I have to take. I'm on 8 different medications. Some of them I have to take 2 to 3 times a day. I've lost the tendon in the left leg, which has, caused me to have to walk with a cane at times now. I have to worry about any bumps, scratches, where it can turn into, cause it to open up in a different part of the body, which until recently it has been, mostly, in the lower left leg until I ended up with a scratch on the stomach and caused it to open up. Believe, the weight gain between, because of probably the steroids and, the lack of mobility and not being able to exercise has caused, weight gain and has recently caused some back problems.
How do you deal with your stress and emotions?
Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Try not to let the stress build up, and try not to keep it bottled up. Try to talk more when I feel it's, I'm becoming stressed out. Not let it, keep it bottled up so I don't explode and it come out in anger. The emotions, just deal with it day to day. One day it can, can be very painful. Depressed. Just very day to day.
How has this affected your spiritual life?
Well, my faith was probably like most, not the best before this, but had to hit rock bottom and, allow God to build me back up and make me realize that, God has a plan for me. What it is, I don't know, but to trust in Him with His plan, that, that my faith has probably not been, as good as it should be, as strong as it should be, but I'm better than where I was.
Is this curable, and how is it compared to staph?
There is no known cure for this, only treatment and hope, and get it to go in remission like cancer. But like cancer, if it does go into remission, it could always come back. And staph is a bacteria infection which can be treated with antibiotics. Pyoderma is an autoimmune disorder, which, can affect more of the immune system than whereas staph affects the bloodstream.
This one's a good one. Could weed help deal with your pain?
Well, did it help with the pain? Yes, but here in the lovely state of Alabama, it is not cleared for medical use, even though it is trying to get passed. I know in a lot of states where it has been passed for medical use, it's used for the chronic pain, which, yes, this disease has a lot of chronic, pain with it. Could it help? sure. Is it better than the long-term effects of the prescription painkillers and other medicines? I don't know. But you know, will it help with the disease? I don't know. I don't know whether there's studies out there, or you know, anyone's ever thought about doing a study to see whether it could help.
Okay, how has this affected your activities?
Well, with you know, there's a lot more times that I can barely get out of the bed during the day. Not able to get up and move around a lot, move a lot slower than I used to. Not able to swim, get the leg wet because of the bandage. Not able to do things, things that I'm used to be able to do. Really limit the activities, I can do. There's, playing sports, that's out of the question. But, try to find other things to do to keep myself entertained.
What have you learned about yourself during this?
That it's don't make me less of a person to ask for help doing something and realize I can't do everything by myself or do it all by myself. I try to stay positive and when dealing with this, but I know I'm going to have good days, I'm going to have bad days. When I'm having a bad day, just try to remember there's somebody else out there fighting something a lot worse than I am, and that, that I'm not the only one going through struggles, in life. There's plenty of other people doing it. Try to keep being positive and realize that, it's going to get better, and when I have, good days, just try to enjoy them to the best of, enjoy them, and, just enjoy the small things in life, because you never know when it can be taken away from you. Try to enjoy, the time I can spend with family and friends, the things that are, that money can't buy you.
Is that it? You think? Okay, I have two. How do you handle your emotions and deal with your stress? Not in the best way. I am on medicines for stress and depression. I do get very stressed out, even with medicines, and my emotions are totally off the wall. But I do tend to post it on Facebook, which is probably not the best thing because the world actually gets all of my emotions. The last couple of weeks, I've actually caught myself literally pulling my hair out, and I'm trying to get a little bit better control over that because I don't think I look too good bald. Okay, what's your biggest stress? I have two big stressors. The first one's the fear of the unknown because his health has declined over the last year, and seeing him in the pain that he's in daily, some days worse than others, but it does hurt me to see him have to deal with it. The second is the financial. We have 2 doctor visits a week. Each visit's about 60 miles round trip. And then the prescriptions on top of that, so financial is definitely a big stressor. What do you both miss the most about the life you're missing out on now because of the illness? Honestly, I don't even remember life before the Pyoderma. It's been 2 years, roughly, since he's been diagnosed with it. But he's been having the problems for what, about 5 years now? At least, yeah. So, really, I honestly can't remember it before. I know we used to go on vacations, didn't have to worry about him getting it wet to get in the beach, walk around. Now that's just not an option. He's not physically able to do that, and he can't get his bandage wet. So I guess the beach would be the biggest thing on this.
Mine would probably be the freedom to do really what I want, when I want. You know, some of the little things like, you know, not having to stop and think, walking around, you know, am I wearing the right shoes? Am I not going to slip? You know, just, and part of it is not knowing day to day, you know, not being able to plan anything because not knowing day to day whether, you know, I'll be able to get up and go do anything or not just be stuck in the bed all day. You know, having to walk with a cane now instead of, you know, used to not having to walk with a cane, you know, that's been a big change. Not being able to go into crowds at, you know, like sporting events or anywhere where there's a big crowd because, you know, getting bumped into, get knocked over, causing, just the fear of getting done with that. So I spend most of my time usually at home or, usually most of the time at home.
Well, the reason that we did this was to answer questions people have asked about the Pyoderma. There's a lot of pictures over the last couple of years we've taken of the leg, how it's gotten better, how it's got worse. If you are really curious and want to see the pictures, but I will warn you, some of them are graphic and most people can't handle it. So if you're really curious and want to look, just go to the open prayer page, open group on Facebook. It's Prayers for James Norrie. And that page is no longer updated, but you can also go to JamesTanya Norrie on Facebook, send a friend request, and one of us will accept it. We also have a medical fund set up for it. It is the James Norrie Medical Fund on GoFundMe. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.